Yeah. Let's see. All right, there we go. I guess I can turn these off for now. Boom, boom, boom. Just gonna turn off my own video. There we go. Now I just gotta wait. See if anybody shows up. Is anybody gonna show up? Hey, boom! Oh, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? I've got so many windows open right now. Hang on. There. Okay. Now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somehow that didn't work. Oh, boy. No, hang on. I can't see any comments. I just turned off my... I turned off a very important one. There we go. There we go. I'm somebody. Haha. Yes, you are, buddy. You are somebody. It says 0 people watching. That's hilarious. You don't show up. Why is that? Now we got 2 people showing up. Are you a bot? Are you a bot? No. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. How you doing, buddy? Hope all's good in your neck of the woods. What is it over there? See, 8:30? 8:30 p.m. right now, Sunday? It's 10:30 in the morning over here, Monday. Weather terrible as usual. Crappy weather. Let's see, 2 likes already. It says 3 watching for me. You got me. Yep, 8:30. Okay, good deal. Right on, right on. So many already. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for the thumbs ups. Awesome. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let's get this video out there. I got a lot to talk about, actually. I don't know what to start with. There's so much to talk about, but I'll start with this. My 2012 MacBook Pro finally kicked the bucket, and this desktop I'm using right now is dying on me. What happens is, I don't know why, but my images get burned into the screen. They eventually go away, but they're burning in. And I don't have an OLED on this old iMac, but images are starting to burn in when I do anything on it. Doesn't have to be on for very long. So after I get done with this live stream, my face will be burned into my display for quite a while. It'll take probably a day for it to fade away again. I don't know what's going on with my display, but it's dying on me on this. So got a problem with that. So what I did is I was going to look for a new notebook. Apple doesn't have anything good, at least when I was looking, had nothing good, not for the price, because this thing, even though it's old and it was slow, it did have a terabyte hard drive and decent memory to it, and so I wanted to get something comparable, to that. And if I want to go a terabyte hard drive with 16 gigs of RAM on a notebook, yikes, the price is outrageous on those things. So what I did is I went out and purchased an iPad Pro. And the reason why I did that was because that awesome video of this guy flipping the case over like that and flipping that pin around. And I saw that. It's like, yeah, I gotta have that. No, actually, it wasn't that. Actually, and honestly, it was the last WWDC, whatever thing it's called, thing. They talked about a new OS coming out for the iPad Pro. It's its own basic, own separate iOS for the Pro, and it's going to improve everything. It's finally going to be very close to replacing the notebooks like Apple's been promising for ages. For ages, they've been promising this is gonna replace your notebook, guys. Well, it's getting really close. It's getting really close. And so I jumped the gun. I got it already. But let me tell you, with the current OS on it, it is different. It is a little different than I have an iPad. I have an iPad Mini, and this operates a little differently than the Mini. So it's already a little bit different than the other devices. But it's going to get a huge overhaul this fall, and this thing's amazing. I mean, it is powerful. They did a good job. 7 CPU, no wait, 12, no, what is it? 8 CPUs? 8 CPUs, 7 GPUs, 6 gigs of RAM, not bad for an iOS device. And it's got a beautiful display, huge, super fast refresh rate. It's just, everything's wicked fast on it, and it can operate some pretty powerful apps out there. As a matter of fact, I found a streaming app for it, a very good streaming app. It's not perfect. It's a brand new app. It's pretty new. It's only on version 1 point something right now. But that's almost perfect. It's going to be able to replace this stuff I'm using right now. Eventually, it's just what I have to. It's not perfect. I can show other videos like I can on this. I can like pop up a video, boom, like that on the other device on the live streaming software I have on the iPad Pro. But there's no volume control. I can't control the volume on those videos, the PIP videos. And I found out the hard way last time. My last stream I did, the video, even though I cut the audio out, I left it going for so long, I got nailed with, what are those things called? But anyways, I don't get any money. The money goes to the people that, I had the videos up. So I have to be very careful of that. I'm going to get nailed today probably because I have a really cool video I want to show you guys. And I'll probably have to have the audio on a little bit to show you. But anyways, yeah, so this thing's really cool. I also found a really good, it's amazingly good video editing software for the iPad Pro, or even your iPhone actually. And it's really good. And it's just getting better and better. It just came out with a new update last week. And it is just like incredible. So the iPad Pro is going to finally be good enough for me to replace my notebook with. And it's a fraction of the cost. It's expensive, but a fraction. Jeez Louise, no? You're going nuts. Let's see, here we go. Let me see here. Jeez. Okay, bit the dust. Yeah. What's it doing? I've repaired that model a ton. Well, you're right. I could fix it. I'm thinking about sending it over to Louis Rossmann. I can't do it over here. I don't have the access to the parts I need because Japan's very anti-do-it-yourself kind of thing. But what it really needs is it needs a new thermal paste on both the CPU and GPU. That would help a lot. It overheats immediately. Also, I'd like to the hard drive's starting to go bad on it, and I backed it up. And what I want to do is I want to change the hard drive, the current hard drive, to a flash drive. I want to put a flash drive in it, and I want to double the memory to 16 gigs on this, and then it would be like, be perfect again. But yeah, right now it's just overheating. I can't even run Pages, and anybody knows anything about Pages, it's a very simplified version of Word, and it just overheats. It crashes. It gets so hot you can't even touch the computer. It's that bad. I don't know. I might have even already cooked the CPU on it. I'm not sure. Yeah, so it runs really bad. It overheats. As soon as you turn it on, it starts heating up real fast. There is a fan. The fan is going. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, I've never seen that before. 1 terabyte is overkill. Nah, not when you're doing video editing. Close, but no cigar, in my opinion. Okay. I like the Chromebook. Oh, I do. I still have a place in my heart, not for the Chromebook. I love the, I had the Surface Pro. I loved that computer. The only thing I didn't like about it was I couldn't run it. There was no decent video editing software for it, and the battery didn't last long. That battery went bad quick, and then when it was good, it was a short life. This thing has 10 hours of battery life, and I've got the extended warranty, so I can change the battery. But the batteries tend to last longer on these iPads over the Surface Pro. But Surface Pro is a wonderful computer. Depending on what you need it for, like what I need my computer for, this might work out better for me this time. I want to try it out. I love the Surface Pro. My gosh, that was a great computer. I had a Surface Pro 4. Awesome computer. And I miss it a lot. But I thought it'd be interesting to try this out, and then I can compare it to, because with that new OS coming out this fall, I think it's going to be pretty amazing. I don't know if it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a Surface Pro killer, but it's getting up there, finally getting some decent stuff. So you like the Chromebook? Cool. So, okay. Not a good fit for him, though, since he does video editing. Oh, okay. Copyright claim. Yeah, copyright. Thanks, buddy. I have an Apple II and PC. What about external hard drive? Those are great, but when you're out, it's just a pain in the butt. And I do have tons of external hard drives. I got tons. I got 6 or 7 because I back up all my videos I make for YouTube. I back them up, and they're huge. Those are huge. We're talking some of them are like 50, 60 gigabytes. Those files I transfer over. So there. Let's see. Let me go back to here. Let's get into the thick of it. Let's see. What should I start with? Well, let's start with, I'm sure you guys all saw this, but fully charged. Just the guy last week did a test drive of the new, what are they calling it? A Honda E? I thought it was going to be called the Urban, but I guess they changed it to Honda E. And so let me pop those videos up. Right here and right here. So you guys probably watched it. I recommend checking it out. It's very interesting. We finally got an idea, a little bit closer idea of what the price is going to be on the car, but Honda's still not really saying much. They're saying between 30 and 60,000 pounds over in England. That's kind of a huge thing. I think that's what he said. He's thinking more like around 40,000 pounds. I don't know though, because if you check out this dashboard, that's a pretty, let's see, how do I do it? There we go. This is a pretty high-tech dash with those awesome side mirrors on the inside, using cameras so you're to just keep the drag coefficient even better. You're gonna be paying for that. You're gonna be paying for that incredibly gorgeous dashboard. This thing right out of a sci-fi movie. You're gonna be paying for that, and so I don't know. I think it's gonna be closer to 50,000. Well, over here in Japan, when it finally gets over here, we're looking at probably about $50,000 if you convert to US dollars. Pounds, I don't know what it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be 30. He's thinking 39,000 pounds. I'm thinking more like 45 over in England, 45,000 pounds probably. Honda's not cheap. Like, they're number 3 right now in Japan. Toyota's number 1, Nissan's 2, Honda's 3, but their cars are more expensive than Toyota or Nissan. Honda they tend to charge a little more for their cars than other companies, and they can get away with it because they make damn nice cars, really good cars. And this car is pretty amazing. Do you guys look at that turn radius on it? It's ridiculous. It's on this side. The turn radius is ridiculous on this car, and I don't like that color, but the car is a nice little car. It's great for a city dweller. It's not going to have a huge range, a little over 100 miles, I think. Not going to be huge range, but yeah, let's see. Neat car for sure. I'm on the fence about looks. Isn't that the prototype version? No. He said, according to the guy on what's it called? Fully Charged, he said 99% production. And the 1% is the software. They're tweaking the software on the dashboard. The dashboard's not completely perfect yet, they said. But the car itself, that's what you're going to get. That's the production car. It's not going to have any side mirrors. It's going to have cameras, and he says it's the best side camera car he's ever seen. Side mirror camera, whatever you want to call it. It's the best he's ever seen, and he's test driven a lot of cars with those camera side mirrors. And he's like, it's incredibly how good it is, and it looks very impressive. From the video they showed on Fully Charged, I have never seen side mirror camera type things that good either. The video quality is incredible, super clear, bright. HD, it looks really good. It looks like mirrors on the inside of your car. It's really crazy good. It might not come with that fancy dash. No, not according to Fully Charged. Did you guys watch? It's according to him. That's it. That's what you're getting. They're just tweaking they're tweaking the software on it, but that's what you're getting according to Fully Charged. And it is. I mean, it's coming out at the end of this year in England. So I don't see how they could show that car to the media and then come out with something completely different at the end of this year. I don't think so. According to once again, the UK must be legal. Must be legal. Over here in Japan, it's legal too. They changed the laws over here about a year ago, and I don't see Tesla doing anything about it over here because Tesla was the one whining the most about side mirror laws. That's America. America's really strict about camera for side mirrors, but Japan and probably UK, it's legal now. Don't know about America. I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I don't know how it could get approved by regulators. Needs space for travel. Yeah. There's not a lot of room. It's a small car. Yeah, we are lucky, and I think the UK is lucky. I think now Honda came out with, if America sees what they did to this car, I guarantee they're going to change their ideas. America's going to change the laws about the side mirrors. The car, you can't, side mirrors can't do as good of a job as this car did. It's really incredible. You got to watch this video, guys. Check out Check it out. It's amazing. I have the link. Check out the link in my description box, and check out the video. Okay. Yeah, I like it because that's why it only has a 36 kilowatt hour battery in this car, and yet it does about the same. It does about the same range as the 30 kilowatt hour Leaf. Or I guess it'd be maybe that's wrong. No, it's supposed to be a lot better. According to them, according to the split chart, I can't remember. Guys, watch the video. It was a week ago. According to them, with these side cameras, it lowers the drag so much that the car, even though it has a small battery, it does really well on the range. So I don't know. It's a small car, so I don't know. Let's see. I'll keep my Leaf for the time being. Yeah, me too. The Roadster doesn't have side mirrors either. Oh, okay. So there you go. So then Tesla must know something that we don't know. That it must be really close to changing the laws in America as well. I don't know. Hopefully. This might demonetize me. I don't know, but I just thought it'd be really interesting to show you guys. It was these guys that demonetized me last time. I was showing a video from what was it? That little Volkswagen bus video, and Fully Charged nailed me. They nailed me. So they're getting all my money from the advertisements in my last video, and they're probably gonna get the money from this. But whatever. Who cares? I don't know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So let me turn those videos off. See them enough. Let me check the comments. The prototype doesn't go. The prototype doesn't though. The new Roadster doesn't have side mirrors either. The prototype doesn't though. No, you lost me. I was talking so fast. 2020 cars are starting to get ready to be released. Yeah, and maybe the hype is living up to it. I've been talking about that for a long time. Nothing but hype about the cars 2020, 2021. The cars are just going to be amazing. Just wait till then. Wait till then. And I was like, yeah, I'll believe when I see it. But it does look like maybe some. I showed you guys that video last week with the Volkswagen bus. That's coming out, I think, 2021. You got this the little Urban. They don't call it the Urban anymore. I guess they call it the E-Honda. You got that coming out real soon, the end of this year in the UK. And you got a whole bunch of other Volkswagens that are pretty cool, really cool looking, and really roomy because they're full flat on the inside. I don't understand why Leaf did the thing. Nissan used the excuse, well, the fire department, they wanted an easy access point to pull the breaker to the battery pack. You didn't have to do the bump to do that. I don't know. That's kind of a BS claim they made a long time ago. I don't believe that. But yeah, most electric cars is full flat, in the car, and so you don't have that bump. You don't have that the tunnel bump, because you don't. It's electric. You don't have a shaft going to the rear wheels or anything. Plus it's front wheel drive, right? But yeah, they put it in a Leaf. But the Volkswagens, all those new Volkswagen EVs coming out, they're gonna be full flat, so it's gonna be really roomy. They're gonna push the back and the front as far forward and far back as they can. They're also gonna have, I guess, the Volkswagens are gonna have a little storage in the frunk as well. They're gonna have a frunk as well. So yeah, those are looking good too. Those cars. Let me check. I have to flip back and forth. Let's see. New Roadsters. Let's see. All the EVs that were promised. Yeah. I'm really excited about that. It's getting pretty exciting. I'm not in any need to buy an electric car in the near future, but that's it. What's exciting about that is more options for people that haven't switched to EVs yet. Us EV owners, we should be happy with the cars we got. I know you are, no? Got the Model 3. It's a beauty. And that thing's going to stay probably number one for a long time in people's hearts. It's going to take something really special, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Got some Chinese cars coming out. Maybe they can do it. I don't know. They're pretty, it depends on what you can have it look like and do and the price point. If you can beat Tesla on the price point and have all that styling and all that cool stuff, you might be able to pull it off. But I think the 3 is going to be, it's going to be the most popular EV for a long time to come. Personal opinion, I don't know. But it is very exciting, all this new stuff coming out soon for all these non-EV people that would actually probably be very attractive to them, especially the gas prices and stuff. It's just maintenance, routine maintenance. I had to do an oil change on my K car just this month, and it's like I got him down. I talked him down to $50, but I was like $50 for a 3-cylinder little K car. It's a 660cc. It's like, what is it, 2 quarts of oil at the most? It's like, come on. Plus the labor. What does it take you, 10 minutes to change oil on that thing? I was like, gosh. So I'm sick of the maintenance. Yeah. Let's see. Oh no, thank you, buddy. Can't wait for cars to come out soon. Yeah. Right. Thanks, no. Nice. That's cool. Thank you very much. Yes, I feel guilty though taking the money you work hard for, kind of. You have to do those questionnaires and stuff to get that. But thank you, I really do appreciate it. Tom's meeting Model Y. Nah, I'm not interested in the Model Y at all. Really, you guys like that? I don't like it. I like the 3. It's just like I don't like the X. I like the S. I'm not an SUV guy. You guys, you like the SUVs? Go for it. That's your car. I still think the 3 and the S will always be the better selling cars of the lineup. I think if they come out with a pickup, that could do it. Pickup. I love pickups, and most Americans love pickups. That could kill sales on the 3 or the S. But I don't think the Y or the X will ever threaten the sales of your cars. Especially the X. Man, that's just somebody just trying to be obnoxious to me. It just comes off that way. It's just like, can you be any more obnoxious with that car? The price, the doors, everything about it. It's not even good looking to me. I think the S is just sexy as hell. And the X is like, what the heck is that? I see it once in a while over here. Once in a great while, I'll see it over here. And I just like shake my head like, what are you doing, man? Especially in this country. You guys know how narrow the streets were. Even in Tokyo, where that's this big city, so they're fairly wide. But no, that's like that car takes up the whole lane. You don't have much room for give. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. I don't work hard for it. Super. Okay, I agree. The Y will be a 3 killer. Interesting. Crossover sell like crazy in the U.S. Yeah, I know. That and trucks. Cars are rare to see where I live. I see Tesla every day now. Well, not me. I saw 3 Model 3s in one day a couple weeks ago. And that's pretty good for where you're living, though. Yeah, I knew what you meant by again ago. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for you. You're living out in the middle of, where are you? Iowa, right? You're Iowa? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Be worse it'd be really amazing if you're out in Idaho and you saw that many. Check this out, guys. Let's see if I can find the right one. Click this. I went to Nissan Crossing maybe 2 weeks ago. Took my son with me, and they had this VR machine, and I thought it was gonna be a simulation of riding in the new RC. Let's see if I can find it. This one? Yeah. I thought it was going to be a simulation for riding in this. And this is the new Nismo RC version 2.0. And this thing is bad to the bone. This thing's amazing. It's a dual motor. It's 4-wheel drive, dual motor Nismo LEAF. It uses 80 kilowatt motor, or 85 kilowatt motors, both in the front and the back. But combined, it gives you 240 kilowatts of power and over 600 newton meters of torque. It's a beast. It's a beast. It's all carbon fiber. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous car. And let me give you an insight. It even has a tablet. It uses a tablet on the inside for operating the systems and stuff. It's an amazing car. And I thought the VR thing was going to be for that. Right inside that. And it turned out it was the GTR, the brand new GTR, which is cool and all. It was fun and all, but it wasn't what I was expecting. Isn't that thing gorgeous, guys? Oh my gosh, that's just beautiful. And let's see, I got one more. Where is it? Where is it? Is this it? Yeah. It's my son. doing the VR machine. It looks like to me that must be a robotic arm for building cars, and they turn it into a ride. It's pretty cool. Let's see what you guys are saying out there. It's happening. Yes, Iowa. What the? Saw 6 Teslas at a car show. It's happening. Yeah. Yes, Iowa. Okay. That's awesome. Love to ride that. Yeah, me too. Me too. The best I can do for you guys. What's going on? Oh, I turned it off. The best I can do for you guys is there is a video out there, and this guy. Oh, not yet though. Not him yet. He took it for a test drive. He took it for a test drive. He did 2 laps on a closed little thing, a little coned off area of a parking lot. And then a professional driver took him for a ride and scared the hell out of him. And yeah, it's so amazing. This car, look at this car. You don't expect that from Nissan. Of course, it is Nismo. Nismo did it all. It's just, oh, it's so gorgeous, this car. Look at all that carbon fiber. It is amazing. I have a link. No, I don't have a link. I forgot to put a link. I'll put a link up to this video later on. I have to find it, and then I'll put a link up in my little what do you call it? The little box underneath the window, video window. Check this video out. It's all in Japanese, but still you can enjoy it. He goes over the details of the car. He compares it to the original Nismo RC, and let's see. I'll turn on his video now. So this is a guy, and I'll make it even bigger. Look at that. And he took it for a ride. He gets to do 2 laps. He's talking about it right now. He gets to do 2 laps by himself. And let's see. He's gonna put up. It's just a second. He's gonna put up a thing showing the difference between this car and the previous one. That's why I thought he'd put up sooner. I didn't trim enough. Sorry about this, guys. There it is. All right, so it did become bigger. It's 100 millimeters longer, and no, I'm sorry, 150 millimeters longer, and it looks like 100 millimeters wider. And then you saw the specs on the motors and torque and stuff. And yeah, check out this video. It's really interesting. He's talking about the pedals. And it uses regenerative braking as well. He loves regenerative braking on it, and he needs help to get strapped in. So a whole bunch of guys are going to come in and help him strap in. He's getting his thumbnail picture taken right now, and then the guys are going to come and strap him in, and he gets to take it for a ride. And the car is impressive, but that's enough of that. You guys, you want to see it? You check it out. Let's see. Back to comments. Let's see. That cost a pretty pain to make. Yeah, you can imagine. You can imagine what that would cost to make. There we go. There's a bit of a delay. Sorry, guys. There's a bit of a delay. So that was that's really cool. Now, what I want to talk about are these guys. These guys are amazing. They took a Nissan Leaf, a first-gen Leaf, and these guys here, and they turned it into a rally car. They didn't do any conversion, really. No, they didn't do much at all. It's still front-wheel drive only, same battery pack, but they're doing what they call SS over here, type of rally race. It's called SS, and they they did pretty good. They did crash one of the races. They did crash. It was wet weather, and he hit a bump. And when he hit the bump, he just lost all control of the steering because the wheels were off the ground because the speed he was going. And he just went right into a guardrail, and that guardrail guided him right into a tree. But he got it repaired, kept racing, but eventually the car got retired. These guys don't just do electric cars. They race all cars, and but they were fascinated to see how the Leaf would do, even though they didn't do much. All they did was put a roll cage inside. They took all the interior out. They just gutted it all out. Left the dash. Original dash is there, but everything else is all taken out. They put some racing seat, Recaro seats in, and they put a roll cage in, and some fire hydrants, or fire extinguishers, not hydrants, fire extinguishers. And that's about it. They didn't do anything. They didn't change the the position of the motor. They didn't put it rear-wheel drive. They didn't put it like four-wheel drive. They didn't add another motor. They didn't change the battery pack. All that was all original, and I think that car is even a 2010 or 11 model. It's not even the second version of the first gen. It's the first version of the first gen. So the battery pack, you know, all that stuff is not quite as good. And so what happened on one of their courses, they didn't have time to charge up between the races, between the courses, and they ran out of juice on the last course. They were hoping they were going to get enough regen to keep going, and it just didn't have enough, and they had to retire the car. So it didn't finish the series, but it was a learning experience for them. They enjoyed it a lot. And now they're racing other cars, and that's what I want to talk about today. They did a race. They did a 140-kilometer race on a racetrack against a whole bunch of other EVs, including a Tesla Model S. And what's really fascinating is that on their you know, they do a trial lap to find out their position on the racetrack. They got pole position. They beat the Tesla in time around the lap on the track. I think it has to do a lot with the Tesla. It's a Model S. It's a huge, you know, huge motor compared to even that 60 kilowatt. They use the E Plus Leaf, and even compared to E Plus Leaf, it's like twice the power. But it's also huge. The weight is gigantic on that Model S, and it was wet conditions, and so it was a young man driving the Model S. I think he was just a little bit, he was taking it a little easy, maybe, a little too easy. So the E Plus Leaf got pole position in the race. And it's a very interesting race, and we'll watch that one together because it's a lot of fun. You'll be surprised. It's a pretty amazing ending. So we'll talk about that. Let me go back to the comments. Let's see. Did they strip the inside? Yes. Well, you answered that. Oh, okay. Never mind. You answered that. Yeah. I can't see the comments. I'm on this thing. Where I operate the videos and stuff. I can't see any comments. I have to flip over to the YouTube, the YouTube page, and then I can check your comments out. So we got 6 people watching. So thanks for the super chat again. Really appreciate that, buddy. Let's see here. Let's go back to. So these guys that did back in 2014, they took that first gen Leaf and made it into a rally sport car, and they really enjoyed it. They have a whole series of races. It's really a fascinating thing, and these guys they're petrol heads. They like the gasoline cars really, but they're fascinated by the EVs and want to see how they're going to do. And it was a lot of fun for them. They really enjoyed it, and now they're kind of hooked on the EVs. And so now they still race. They just did a video on the GTR, the brand new GTR coming out, and that's a cool video too. But it's all Japanese. But they still do gasoline cars, but they do have an official race car. What's really funny is their EV. They have their race car. You saw the picture of it. It looks like a race car, but they drive it on the street too, of course. Because they didn't do much, but they did tune the software a little bit. The software's been tuned on it, but the motor's the same, the inverter's the same, battery pack's the same, but they did do a little tuning to it, so it does better on the track. Yeah, it's wow. The E Plus Leaf, for the amount of money he spent, pretty amazing. And it was funny, he was talking about it. He says all the same stuff I'm saying. This guy's new to EVs kind of, but since he's been driving for a few years now, he's saying the same thing. He's like, yeah, we have a really good infrastructure. We got chargers on almost every rest stop on the highway stuff, but he says most time at the most 2. He's like, that's not going to work. You got to have a lot more than that. 2? Sometimes only 1? He's like, no. Now these big, now the Nissan Leaf has now got 60 kilowatt batteries packs. You got other car companies coming out with big battery packs. You got Tesla's already out with big battery packs. You need more than 1 charger. You need more like 4 or 5 because he says the same thing I'm saying. He says the government's pushing EVs really hard over here, but only on the car cell side. They're doing nothing for infrastructure. I mean, we have charge at every spot on the we're better off than you guys in America. Freeways, you have to get off the freeway to charge your car right now in America. So we, technically we're in better shape than you guys, but you only have 1 or 2 chargers max on these highways. And there's been times where I'm coming home from when I'm nation's on vacation. We don't even have a lot of EVs out there yet, but I've come home a couple times. Like I took that trip to Kyoto in the van. And I had to charge quite often because it's a van, and I was on the highways coming home. And I remember one spot we stopped at, there were 4 cars lined up to charge. And I was like 5th in line. It was like, we spent hours there waiting for our turn to charge. That sucked so bad. And so he's right. He's absolutely right. So it's kind of funny. Finally, somebody with some clout, he's got a lot of viewers, is putting stuff out there. So that's cool. Let me go back to my comments and check what you guys are saying. Oh, okay. Cool. You guys are coming down on the comedy. No, did you fall asleep? Haven't even gotten to my juicy part yet. You've already fell asleep. Let's get going. Let's do this. Leaf Tesla race. It's 30 minutes long, so let's get this going. I'm going to do full screen, but you can hear me. Hopefully, I do have the audio turned off, right? Okay, so this is the car. Look, he got pole position. The Tesla's right behind him. All this is right behind him. Right now they're doing photos and stuff for this race. It's a wet track, wet conditions. The funny thing is I have a link to this video on in my description box. And look at the motor on that. It's just huge compared to the Leaf. At least front wheel drive only with a 160 kilowatt of power, I think. There's another Leaf. That's a 40 kilowatt hour Leaf, I think. That's a Tesla Roadster. There's another Leaf. That's a first gen Leaf with 80 kilowatt. Another first gen Leaf, 80 kilowatt. We even have an e-Power Note. Even e-Power Note was allowed to be on the racetrack with them. And I think you guys will find this race very interesting. So now they're getting ready to go. So anyways, let's see. I don't want to get ahead of the race. He's still just talking about the other cars. This right here, there's this car here called EV-C. Oh, that girl, please don't show her face that close up. Anyways, that car, he's fascinated, but it's what is this? What is it? I can't remember what it's called. Mira. And he put a new motor in. It's got a more powerful motor this time. This guy's been racing for a while. So this guy is wondering how he's going to do it because it's a very small car. Mira is a K car. And this guy's electrified it. He's converted to electric. And he's got a bigger motor in it now. So this guy here in the Leaf is wondering how that car is going to do in this race. If that lightness is going to help him out at all in the power. And he's also wondering about the Tesla. He's wondering how the Tesla's going to handle it. He's figured out through the time trials, he's figured out that the Tesla, because it's so big and heavy and the corners and stuff, it's not going to, the Leaf is going to do better than him. So he's like, is the Tesla going to floor it and pass him? Or is he going to, yeah, he floored it. He's like, oh crap. And right here he says, damn, that car's fast. I remember them saying that. Wow, that car's fast, he said when it passed him. But what blew my mind is the Tesla never really gets to pull away far from him. He stays with the Tesla pretty well. Even the straightaways. Right now they're in the corners. That's why Tesla can't pull away. This little Leaf, lighter weight and more nimble, is able to take these corners better than the big, heavy Tesla. But in the straightaways, there's a straightaway there, and he gets it to about 170. He says this car, it has the E Plus is limited to 170 kilometers an hour. It can't go any faster than that. It just the electronic has electronic limiting on it. And the 40s are limited to 160 kilometers an hour, or 160. And the first gen Leafs like mine are limited to 140 kilometers an hour, which really depresses the heck out of me. 140 is so slow. So this car is limited to 170 kilometers an hour, and yet when they hit the straightaways, the Tesla does not pull away very much. So I found that fascinating. Found it very interesting. And I almost felt like it was... I almost didn't know whether I should believe this race, because this guy is constantly talking. He's not talking about anything about the race. He's promoting his older videos. Like I said, these are the same guys in the rally. They turned the Leaf into a rally car, and he's talking about that through most of this race. He's talking about the rally car, the race and the route, and he's moving his hands around. He's talking, looking at the camera, and it's like, this is a race. I thought you'd be more, whatever. And like right here's the straightaway. They're on a straightaway now, and the Tesla does not pull away that much. Not a lot. It's not enough to he can't catch up again in the corners. And it's like I felt like the Tesla guy might be taking it easy a little bit. I don't know. To me, it just didn't feel like they were really taking it seriously. I just don't know what's going on here. And I even mentioned, I made a comment on their site, on the channel that these guys own, where they put up this video. I made a comment on the channel saying it would have been interesting to see how the Tesla and Leaf would have done in dry conditions. I felt like with the wet conditions, maybe that's what's hindering the Tesla because it's so big and heavy. With dry conditions made a difference in the race. And some smart aleck wrote back to me saying, "What are you talking about? That's dry condition. That track wasn't wet." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You see them going through puddles. They kick water up when they hit puddles and stuff. You're telling me it's not a wet track?" So I don't know what's going on with this. And so right here, I want to get what you guys think. What do you guys think about? Okay, let's see. Model S has much longer braking distance, so it probably can't go higher speeds. Okay. Usually with racing, if you're racing good, it looks slower. Okay. Well, they look like they're going pretty fast, but yeah, you're right. In the turns, it doesn't look so fast. But if you look at the speedometer, he's up there. Luckily, he hasn't. We can see with the analog speedometer, we can make out what he's doing. He's taking those corners pretty good. A couple times, yeah, right there. A couple times he goes well over the barrier in the Leaf. And you're right on the money with the braking on the Tesla. I don't want to give anything away, but something interesting happens later on. Look at that! Look at this! He almost overtook the Tesla there, and he even said, and this is what threw me. When he gets up there, I don't want to put the audio up, but he says to the guy, "What's wrong?" The guy couldn't hear him obviously, but he's like, he almost overtakes the Tesla, and he's like, "What's wrong? What are you doing?" And I found it interesting. Why would he say that out loud? Why would he say, "What's wrong? What are you doing?" I mean, if you're gonna be able to overtake the guy, overtake him. I felt like he actually backed off. I don't know what's going on there. That was interesting. What do you guys think about that? Wow, that car just spun off the track. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they even replayed it in the little window, I think. Yeah, the first Gen Leaf spun off the track, hit the wall, bounced off the wall, but it didn't stop him. He got back on the track and went. You can see the skid marks. You can see the tire marks right there. You can see the tire marks where he went off the track. What's really amazing is these other cars, including the Roadster, including the first generation Tesla Roadster, they're going to get lapped soon. They're actually going to get... These guys are so far ahead, they're going to lap. The Tesla and this E-Plus Leaf are going to lap some of the other cars. I don't know if they lap the Roadster, but the Roadster, you can't even see it in the rearview mirror, obviously. It's out of sight. These guys are so far ahead of the rest of the cars. Blew my mind. This race was fascinating. I really encourage you guys to watch it on the guy's channel. It's fascinating. And also, click his channel, and you can find all of those other rally races. They were, they're kind of ways back. They did it back in, I think, 2000. I think he put them up in 2015. He put the videos up. So you have to scroll down a little bit. But those are fascinating videos, too, watching them race a first-gen Leaf rally style. I always thought that was funny. Of course, the Subarus kicked their butts. Four-wheel drive. Look at him. Look at him. He just gets right on that guy's butt. Ah, that's impressive. That's impressive. And what you were talking about earlier, Noah, with the braking on the Tesla, yeah, that's going to come into play pretty soon here, a little later on. Yeah. Ooh, good job there. That's good. Yeah, they're doing. Wow. Yeah. Good cornering. These guys know what they're doing, obviously. They race a lot. These are professional racers. They race a lot, all different kinds of races and cars. They're a little bit better than the Top Gear guys, to say the least. Even though this guy is a little fat and a little overweight, or a little old, but not like Jeremy Clarkson, fatter age. But yeah. Oh, I love watching this race. That's cool. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't know what happened with the Roadster. They could be having problems. There's a Roadster there, you just saw it. He's actually behind some of the other cars. The Roadster is fast. That's a good car. unless he just doesn't have good tires. The guy was talking about that. He was talking about this guy driving a Leaf. He does talk about he pretty much turned the he didn't use any regenerative braking at all in this race. He turned it almost all the way off, as far off as he could, and he tried not to use any regenerative brakes, which means he didn't let his foot off the XL that much. He did not want to use hardly any regenerative braking. He wanted to either use the mechanical brakes or XL only. And maybe the Tesla guy, the roadster guy, is doing it differently. I don't know. Also, some of the cars did have some technical difficulties. You'll see that later on. When you're racing a car this hard for that long, you're going to see a lot of things happen. Brakes are going to heat up. Batteries are going to heat up. Motors are going to start to heat up. Depending if they're using some, I think, like the Mira guy, I think he's using a DC motor, not a Tesla, not an AC motor. He's using a DC motor. Those things can get pretty hot. So all that stuff, all those factors come into play. As a matter of fact, this E Plus Leaf, when he gets down the race, he's like blown away by how much the temperature's gone up. The temperature is really hot. The battery temp is really hot on this car. I wouldn't say terribly hot. I mean, it's hot. It's hot. It's definitely in the hot range. But he's still got a ways before he really starts cooking the battery. But it's hot. Just from driving it, he got that battery temp up pretty high, which was fascinating. 140 kilometers. They already lapped that guy. That's the guy that went off the track. So he lapped the Leaf that went off the track. And so, yeah, we're about halfway through the race probably now. But very fascinating race. Keep watching, guys. It gets interesting. Let's see. I'd never bring my car on a track like that. Insurance doesn't cover you if you're wrecked. Right on, right. But these guys are sponsored. These are personal cars, but they have sponsors and stuff. Like that's why their cars are plastered with all that advertising all over. So if they do wreck, they got sponsors to help them fix the wreck and stuff. But the Tesla guy, I think that's part of. I think you're right. You guys already know all the stories that are coming out. Like Fastlane did a story about their how long it took, like 3.5 months for them to get their car back after being just a little fender bender. I think it's even worse over here because of Japan. So I think these Tesla guys are taking a little easy. They don't want to be. They don't. It's not like they have to worry about insurance or anything. They have sponsors, but if it takes a long time, they're out of race. They can't race anymore for 2-3 months. And they don't want that. So I think they do take a little easy just for the fact they want to race. And it takes so long to repair a Tesla. I think there might be something to that. I think there might be something to it, those Tesla guys. It takes so long to repair a Tesla if they hit a wall or something, if they damage the car. Versus these other cars, it doesn't take near as long to repair it on their cars. Like I told you, these guys did a rally race and they wrecked a car in a tree. And the very next week, they had the car going again. They were up and racing. Granted, it was kind of jerry-rigged, but they had the car going. And then eventually, they had it all back patched up again. They didn't lose any races. They were able to repair it, for the most part, for the next race. And then by the third race after that, it was all completely repaired again. Tesla wouldn't. I don't think you'd be able to do that with a Tesla. That's why I don't think you'll ever see a Tesla in a rally. Not until Tesla starts improving their repair times on their cars for body damage and stuff. Unless somebody just takes the whole body off and replaces it with some kind of fiberglass or something, But yeah, this is a theory. Well, it's happening in Japan. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to where the track is. Probably down in Kyushu. I don't know for sure. Could be Tokyo. But yeah, it's in Tokyo. Already happened in Japan. Right. And the Leaf is keeping up with the Tesla? Yep. Somehow. Good old no. No, you can be my commentator for the rest of the race. You can be my commentator for the rest of this race. And normally I wouldn't be doing the whole race, but because this whole race is in Japanese, I'm trying to help you guys out. I had my wife go over it with me. It was really hard. We couldn't translate everything he said because the microphone is kind of far from him. He's got this helmet kind of pushing his mouth together. So even though it's an electric car, there's a lot of tire noise and stuff. It's really hard to hear what he's saying a lot of times. So I couldn't translate everything, but I do know the stuff that's kind of important. We know that he's complaining about the battery temp going up kind of quickly. He's talking about the brakes. He doesn't want to use any regenerative braking if possible for this race. That's his plan. He's trying a new plan. He's done a few races in the past. This is not the first time they've raced on a racetrack with this car. So he's trying a new plan. He's talking about his rally race with the first gen league. It's coming up anytime now. He'll start popping up PIPs in his video of the first gen Leaf rally race they were doing back in 14 and 15. There, yeah, I knew it. Yeah, it's gonna pop it up right now. So I mean, I know the majority. That's why I'm showing the whole video to you guys, because if you went and watched the video on their site, you wouldn't really know what's going on. Most likely, I can do a little bit better commentary for you guys. Not a great job. There it is. That's the first gen Leaf. Oh, I like how they did that. They flocked the dashboard to keep the reflection off the windscreen, and I like that. It looks good with that. That looks cool. Dude in Blue just did that with his Fairlady car, and he's gonna pass one car already went off the track. They did pretty good. They passed a lot of other four-wheel drive cars that went off the track. Here's the bump. He loses control. Bam! And nails the tree. Nailed the tree. And he's like, "Oh, that sucks." But they were able to repair the car and have it back in the race within a week. I don't think you could do that with Tesla. I don't think you could. So there you go. Spectator. Here I'm go by. Yeah. Me too. This is epic. Pretty sweet. It's keeping up with the Tesla. Yeah, it is. It's epic. You don't know, guys. Keep watching. It gets better. It gets so much better. Look at this. They're lapping the. I think is that the what's that? E plus. What's that called? E plus note, right? That's a note. They're passing a note. The Note's a good car. It's got the 80 kilowatt motor in it, but it's a hybrid, and so they cut the power way down in that motor. You don't get hardly any power out of it. So that would not be a good car for this kind of race. The electric car is going to blow you away. They did it because they want. Remember, that car gets almost 100 miles to the gallon over here, and so they kept the electric motor power way down to give it that power. Or not give it that range. It took the power away to give it the range. So I don't know why he's even racing that car. Honestly, the full electrics are gonna do way better. Look at that! Look at this guy! Look at this guy! Front wheel drive only, doing rally with a first gen Leaf. Unbelievable! Good for them. And they had special trucks that would come out and charge their cars up and stuff. But like I said, there was a course there was just not enough time to charge up the Leaf between the courses, and they ran out of juice halfway through the course, and they had to retire the car. It's just the rules. But look at these guys. I love it. Look, they just lapped they lapped the 40 kilowatt Leaf. They just lapped the 40 kilowatt Leaf. Unfreaking believable. This guy is a good driver. This guy is a good driver in this Leaf. He might be old, but he's got the experience on his side. Oh, what's going on here? My goodness. He's I remember here he's talking about the Tesla. He's like wondering why the Tesla seems to him, he thinks the Tesla is starting to slow down more in the corners. And I think he's saying something like that. Because he's just getting right on that guy's butt now. It used to be, at the very beginning of the race, if you watch the very beginning of the race, there's a bit of a distance between the two. But now he's right on that Tesla's butt the whole time through these corners and stuff. I mean, and he's like wondering what's going on with this guy. And earlier, Noah explained it, and he's right on the money. Tesla is a big, fat, heavy car compared to any of those other cars on the track. And those brakes take time to work. And also there's a heat issue. And I think the Model 3 people have learned about that. Some guy did a Model 3. I watched an episode. Was it Fastlane? I can't remember. Some professional YouTuber test drove a Model 3 on a track, and he got really pissed off because they went to limp mode because the brakes got too hot, and the sensors, as soon as they detect the brakes overheating, it goes into limp mode for safety features. And so yeah, knows right on the money. These cars are the Teslas are heavy compared to the other cars on the track, and so yeah, you got to watch this, guys. If you can and you can tolerate the Japanese, you should watch it on their channel. It's gonna be better picture quality, and also it's just fun to watch the guy explain about the rally. They love the rallies. They really enjoyed the first Gen Leaf in the rally. Unfortunately, it couldn't finish the rally. It had to retire, but it was a good learning experience, they said, and they really enjoyed that. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's just right on that Tesla's butt. Look at that. Amazing. I think we're getting close to the end of the race. I think we're on the 4th lap now. He's just right on the guy's butt. Unbelievable. But even at the very beginning, the Tesla was able to accelerate quicker than him, but the Tesla never really did pull that far away. And I, like No's thinking, he's conserving a little bit because the Tesla does accelerate really well, but then it takes extra time to slow down at the corners and stuff. So it's not like he can really accelerate that fast because then he'll just overshoot the corner and hit the wall. So even though he's got all the extra power, he really can't use it on this track. This track is the great equalizer in a way. And so I think that's what's going on here. Let me check what you guys are saying. Also, Jim, thank you so much. Who are you calling? Oh, what? What's going on? What's going on? I wonder what is that? I think the race was staged. Where is the Ioniq or the Kona? Those cars aren't allowed over here, Beth. They're not over here. And I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking it was staged at the beginning too. But I don't think so. I don't think it was staged. I'll go into more detail. I don't want to give too much away. I'll go into more detail towards the end of the race. He's on the 4th lap, I think. I think we're on the 4th lap. I thought it was staged at first too because he's talking so much. He's moving his hands around. He's looking at the camera a lot. So I thought it was staged too possibly, but no, it's not. He's just so used to this track. This isn't his first race on this track. This guy is a professional driver. He drives most of the time gasoline cars. Okay, he's talking about Hong Kong here. Okay, he went to Hong Kong. He was faster. What blew him away with Hong Kong was all the Teslas. He's like, there's so many Teslas. So he keeps slowing it down every time there's a Tesla. He's going to slow this video down in the PIP showing all the Teslas that are in Hong Kong. He was really blown away by that. Probably because, and he said the same thing that I always said. Hong Kong's the perfect place for a Tesla. Hong Kong's not a big island. It's a very small place. And a Tesla easily can handle the range, and you don't have to worry about charging at all for your daily driving or even trips and stuff in Hong Kong. So he's like, that's all you need is a Tesla or even an E+ Leaf. That's all you need in Hong Kong. He was really impressed with Hong Kong, the amount of EVs on the roads, and he says it totally makes sense. That's a good idea for such a small island. So that's what he was talking about there in the PIP, in case you were wondering. Let's see. Also, Jim, thank you so much for the super chat. I didn't call you old, but I'm just saying this guy, he's got experience. Old is not a bad thing. Experience can outdo it's a young driver in that Tesla, and this old guy, using his experience of driving both gasoline and his electric car for a while, he's holding his own with that Tesla really well. Right, and as the brakes heat up, they are less effective. That's why they go into limp mode when they get to a certain temp, because you can step on the brakes hard as you want and it won't stop. And stopping that heavy car will kill your brakes. No's on it. He knows what's going on here. I think No's figured it out. What, no regen? No, they're not using regen on purpose. This is a race. This is a real race. They're trying to keep the regen out of it. I meant the I-Pace. The I-Pace. Oh, the I-Pace just got over here. It just came over a few months ago. As a matter of fact, you can't even... I mean, it's available to buy over here. The dealerships don't even have a test drive. I checked into that just recently, Beth. Because I want to do a review video of the I-Pace, and it's not even available yet over here. When I'm hoping it'll come soon, but it's strictly pre-order only. Hong Kong has wide roads. I guess. I don't know. I don't know about the roads. Old guys have muscle memory. Right on, Soul Jim. So let's see. Oh my gosh! 3 laps to go. He just passed the Model S. Bye-bye. And his slowly getting further and further away. And so my theory is on this is, and No figured it out. The Model S is gone into, I think, a slower mode. He's being the guy in the Model S. I think is being restricted on his speed now because the brakes are starting to get pretty hot, and so the computer system has kicked in and told the guy, no mas, you're not going to go any faster than that. So this E Plus Leaf has now passed the Model S and is way in the lead and is about to lap the 40 kilowatt-hour Leaf again. Go E Plus Leaf! Woo! Right. Good point also, Jim. Are you guys caught up to me on the... Yeah, you did. You caught up to me. How do you guys feel about that? That's got to be bothering Beth a lot. To see the Model S get passed by the E Plus Leaf. The trick is the Model S, it's so advanced in technology compared to the Leaf. It worked against it. The high tech, all that technology worked against it. With all, the E Plus Leaf doesn't have sensors that will tell the car to go into limp mode if your brakes get too hot. You just better hope that you can stop in time if you get your brakes too hot. The Model S, it's just amazing. Look at this. In the rear, you can't even see it in the rearview mirror anymore. Unfrickin' believable. Oh, there it is. I see it. On the straightaway, the Model S does still have the power. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the driver in the Model S. He's not in limp mode because he's able to keep up he's not getting passed by any other cars. He's actually able to kind of keep up with the E Plus Leaf, but he's way back there. I don't know what's going on there. He's actually starting to catch up. Maybe his brakes cooled down a bit. He was able to punch it or something. I don't know. This is very interesting. Interesting race. What do you guys think? Monica. He's going way faster now that he's in front. Right. Are they leasing the new Leaf? Way more aggressive. No, they own that Leaf and they actually tuned it. They tricked what do you call it? Tweaked the software on the Leaf to give it even better acceleration and things like that. So it's been tweaked. Who has a ton of used Leafs still, 30,000 plus. Yeah, exactly. Dude, also, Jim, I know you don't like the first-gen Leafs, but they're so inexpensive and they do so well over here. Limp mode in a Model S is due to battery getting warm, not the brakes, pretty sure anyway. Well, that's interesting because somebody in a Model 3 got really pissed off on the track when the car went to limp mode because the brakes overheated. Good evening, everyone. What's going on? Hey, Ray, we're watching a race, and I'm trying to do the translation. It's a race taking place in Japan, and it's a race of new E Plus, the 62 kilowatt-hour Leaf, versus a Model S, and it just passed the Model S. It's in the lead on the last 2 laps. I think it's on the last lap now of the race. Did you watch first Fast and Furious movie? Yeah, I love that movie. Is that a Monica? Okay, is that a reference to Monica? Monica! I did watch it. It's been a while. Might as well turn on AC. Now he's so far ahead. Exactly. Yeah, it is. This is amazing. He's lapping people. Now, his battery does get hot. He's not quite super cooking it, but it's pretty hot. He'll show the battery temp when he finishes the race. He found that interesting, but it did fine. The car did really well. I think it's just because it's lighter, and he said he kept bragging about the tires. He said these tires have excellent grip on this track, and I think it gave him the edge. And the fact that he's trying something new, he decided to go zero regenerative braking and just use, just keep his foot on the XL as much as possible until the hard turn, until a hard brake. And that seemed to work too. That seemed to work for him, not using the regen braking. It's a 140 kilometer race, right? It's 140 kilometer. When he got done, check it out. It's still got a lot of range left. Good for that little Leaf. A first gen. In fact, you see a lot of first gens. They can't even make it to the pit. They run out of battery just before you'll see it in the sag. It's pretty funny. But yeah, this little car had still plenty of range left in it. Any idea what outside temps were? Well, they're what they are right now. This was a couple weeks ago. This race took place, so I say about 21 degrees tops, about 21 degrees centigrade. What his top speeds were? He got up to 170. He got it right to the max. This car is electronically limited to 170. You can't go any faster than 170 in the 62 kilowatt-hour Leaf. But he got up to 170 quite a few times. And I don't think he ever went below 110. There's flashes, high beams. He just crossed the finish line. Boo! I love it. Oh, I love it. That is just amazing. Good for them. Good for them. Because he's done other races in Leafs and not usually doing too well. This is probably his first race he's gotten first place in a Leaf. So good for him. Looks chill out there. What's the temp out there? It's not chill. It's not cool. Well, not to me, it's not cool. 21 degrees centigrade. I mean, it's also the humidity is really high. See, that Leaf ran out of juice, and there's another Leaf on the side that ran out of juice. They couldn't even make it. Couldn't even make it all the way. And there he's showing his time, and he actually got the best lap time. He beat the Tesla. He's EV2. Tesla's EV1, I believe. I think so. Yes. Yeah, and he actually, if you look at the fastest track time, the Leaf beat the Tesla on that. That's amazing. Right, 105 miles per hour. Is it regular Leaf or is it converted for racing? It's a regular Leaf. They didn't do any other customizing except for the tweaking of the software. The software's been tweaked, but everything else is stock. And he's showing look at the battery temp. It's pretty high. That's pretty high. But if you look at the battery, still 42% left. And at going at the speeds he was going, he still could have gone another 88 kilometers. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. There he is getting first place. And the guy on the left is the Tesla guy. He's a silver medal. I don't even know who got third place. I wasn't paying attention, but it's a pretty young guy driving the Tesla. I think it was just age and experience that beat the power of the Tesla. It'd be interesting. You know what would be interesting to see this guy in the middle, the guy first place in the Leaf, see him do the same race again and let him drive the Tesla and see how he does in that. So there you go. Well, now I'm going to turn this off. Now he's just showing his camera mounting unit. There you go. Back to my ugly mug. So race on Sundays, sell on Mondays. Right on. Cool. Now I got to get me one. Right on, Ray. Yeah, I'm really impressed. The Tesla of course has way more horsepower, way more. It's way faster, has a better top speed, more range. But if you compare on this track was kind of equalized with all those curves and stuff. It's kind of equalizing the cars. If you compare the performance on that track and everything, for the amount of money to the price points, the E Plus Leaf is what 50, just under 50,000 over here. It's about 50 grand with tax and licensing. 50 grand, and the Model S over here, especially that was a dual motor, so that's 100 grand. It's like twice as much. For the price points, yeah, you're getting more bang for your buck in a way with the Leaf. You're not getting all that technological stuff. You're not getting that cool stuff like the Model S has some pretty cool electronic features too as well. Don't forget those. It's got the what do you call it? You got that remote app. You can come call the car to come to you. It's good for parking in tight spaces. You can actually have the car park itself or pull it out in tight spaces. You got all that cool technology, all that cool stuff. You got the nice big 19-inch monitor on the inside. Big panel and stuff. So if you want the technology, the Tesla's the way to go. But if you're just looking for a really fun to drive, really good range, inexpensive EV, Leaf is a good option. Also, the iPace would be a very no, not iPace. iPace is expensive over here. I don't know what's over here, guys, country, but over here it's pretty pricey. But like the Kias and the Hyundais, those would be a really good option as well. Is what I'm taking away from this race. However, that 60 kilowatt hour, whatever that tweak was he did, I want it. If I bought a 60 kilowatt hour, a 62 kilowatt hour Leaf, I bought the E Plus Leaf, I would definitely want the tuning he did to that car on my car. That would be fun. I would just love to surprise some of the people and, you know, take off. Let's see. 17-inch screen and yes. Okay. Will Nissan's battery withstand that much heat without damage? It's. I think so. First of all, these new battery packs, they cool quickly. The way the new battery technology they're using, even though they're more condensed battery packs, they cool quicker than the first gen Leafs. So if you let it sit, it'll cool really quickly. Another thing is these batteries are made they can handle the higher. It's coming from that Lizard battery technology. They can handle higher temps better than some of the first gen Leafs. I've seen hotter. I've seen people on YouTube have even worse temps than that on their 40 kilowatt Leafs from charging and stuff. So I don't think it's that serious. And that's kind of unusual. You're not going to be going. The guy was going almost 170 kilometers an hour for 140 kilometers. I mean, you're not going to be doing that kind of driving in a Model S or a Model or E Plus Leaf. You're not going to be doing that normally. So you're not going to have to worry about those temps normally, you know. But even then, that temperature gauge was just getting to the hot area. He wasn't super cooking the battery yet. It was just getting to the hot area. And like I said, you pull over, let it sit for an hour, and it goes down quite a bit. They cool quickly compared to first gen Leafs. So yeah. So that's that. What do you guys think of that? Pretty cool? Yeah? Let's see. Let's see if I can find the... Where is it? Out of the car. Turn loop on. Boom. And turn it on. There you guys go. Guys, the same guys that did this race on this track, for those of you that joined late, the same guys that did the race on the track, they... a few years ago, back 2014, 2015, they were racing. They converted a first-gen Leaf into a rally car. I mean, they didn't do anything to the drivetrain or the battery pack, but they did gut it out and put in racing seats and put a roll cage in and stuff. And they took this car, they took it out and did rally driving, which was really fascinating to see because I mean, that's usually four-wheel drive only kind of race. And but it was fun to watch them do it, and they were insane. They were doing pretty good. They were holding their own. They weren't at the bottom. They weren't even at the bottom. I think they were up to like 40 some position, which isn't great. But considering they're going after, they were the only EV, and all the other cars I think were four-wheel drive, and they were actually doing better than those guys. They were about halfway. They were about in the middle point of the position. That's not bad, guys. That's not bad. Unfortunately, the car couldn't finish the race. In one of the, you know, rally races work. In one of the section, one of the part. How do you explain it? Anyways, what happens? They ran out of battery, and the car had to be towed off the thing, and that forced them they had to retire. They couldn't finish the circuit. That's what it's called, circuit. They couldn't finish the circuit. So they were a little bummed about that, but they really enjoyed it. They had a good time. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, the segment? Oh, you're talking about, oh, never mind. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's still going. It's got quiet, waiting for the video to stop. Sorry about that, guys. Did you see that new Israel all-electric airplane simulation? 9 passengers. They say it'll approve for low-altitude flight by 2. Don't know about that. I didn't hear about it. Also, Jim, that's really fascinating. That's kind of stuff I like. I'm fascinated by that kind of stuff. I'll definitely want to check that out. Thanks for the info. Yeah, definitely. That sounds interesting. I'll check it out. Didn't know anything about it. Anybody else hear about that? Okay. So that's what I want to talk about. So I hit a lot. So to review, I bought myself a new computer, iPad Pro, and for me it works great. loving it. But also, I do miss my. I wish I could have gotten the Surface Pro 4, but actually, Surface Pro 4 for the same specs as the iPad Pro, actually, it's a little more. It is a little more. And actually, the iPad Pro has a better CPU in it. This thing's amazing. 8-core CPU with 7 GPUs. It's lightning fast, and it's faster than 90% of the laptops out there. This thing died, but it's not completely dead. But I have to use it like in 30-minute intervals, otherwise it overheats. So the fan still works. It's just there's something seriously wrong. I don't know what happened. I think it's thermal. The thermal paste is worn out. I would like to. I'm thinking about sending it to Louis Rossman. I like the guy over in New York. Sending over to him and Patreon. Give him some business. And also seeing if he'll help me out. If he'll not only will he clean, it needs a thorough cleaning. I think it's filthy too. A lot of dog hair probably inside the motherboard and stuff, heating it up. I'd like him to clean it, and then I'd like him to put new thermal paste on the CPU and the GPU. And if possible, if he'll do it for me, I'd like him to up the memory to 16 gigs and change the hard drive to a flash drive. And then this thing would be awesome again. So that's what's going on with me right now. I had to buy a new computer for work because I made a document on this for my work, and the stupid thing took me 3.5 days. And when I got this, and I finally figured out how to use it's a little bit different. The pages on the iPad Pro is a little different than on a notebook or desktop. But since I figured out the user interface on it, I did what took me 3.5 days on this. It took me literally 10 minutes on the iPad Pro. Like when I'm using Pages and I want to add a photograph to my newsletter, it takes literally like 5 minutes every time for the photos to pop up, and then the fan starts going nuts. It starts getting wicked hot. So I have to find a photo quickly and put it over there, and then I have to close, let it cool down, open it up, resize the picture. It was a mess. So I got a new computer. And so there, that's what's going on with that. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I normally I wouldn't do that, play somebody else's whole video, but I felt like, I could just send you a link to the video, but you won't understand what's going on. You're not going to be interested in that. So I did my best to translate what the guy was saying for the important stuff he talked about in that race, and that's why I did the whole race on my channel. But please give the guy some business. Give him some clicks. Check out the video. I have the link in my description box. Check out his video and give him a thumbs up. And give me a thumbs up too. If you liked what you saw today, give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you guys go, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And over here, more rain. 5 weeks of solid rain so far. This is like the worst summer I've had in a long time over here. And the worst part is, in 2 weeks from now, I have to do a summer day camp, and they're forecasting rain for that week. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's kind of a mess. So have a good one, guys. Thank you so much. Also, Jim and No, much love. Thank you so much for the super chats. And I will see you when I see you again, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. And let me see. How do I turn off? See you guys.